Hey everybody!
I'm Will.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Adam. And we are
Working Title! Midoriya! I really thought about doing that. Like, young Midoriya! What did Chad Eren do? He's like, Tatake.
Everybody just do a Chad pose. Do it, Will.
I don't know.
What
does a Chad pose say?
Just try to look sexy. I don't know. These things, just try.
I've never known that.
Always lick your lips.
Guys, we are back for another episode of Attack on Titan. This is episode 71 or 12 of season 4.
Holy shit.
Guides.
Oh my god, we only have 4 more episodes.
After this.
Who is leading who? Who is the guide?
I don't know, man. I hope
Zeke.
that we are getting
Maybe.
answers as to what is going on with those freaking Jaeger boys.
Flock.
Yeah, what is going on with the Jaeger boys? What is going on with the Marley crew that seems to be poisoning our men? What the hell is up with Flock and the gang of people who are Eren loyalists? And what is our crew going to do? Because it looks like the scouts are considering, the little injections and considering using it to eat Eren.
Eat Eren and eat
They've crossed the
Zeke.
line of taking out their own friends. So
Yeah.
And that's not good because Eren probably has, if my ideas are right, Eren probably has already seen this in the future. So.
True. Man.
But guys, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below what you thought of the episode guides and how you felt about Season 4 Part 1. What are you most excited for going to Part 2? I guess you can't really share that because that's spoilery. Also, we got a Patreon. If you want to see 3 shows, Vinland Saga, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Attack on Titan, 1 week in advance, you can do that. Also, there's probably going to be a poll coming out fairly soon, so also keep your eyes out for that as well, and make sure to vote.
Woo!
The show is coming to a close,
Yeah.
which means we have some big things coming up to replace it.
And it's not a market substitute. You gotta go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer first. Watch Attack on Titan over there. Watch the episode guides over there first. And then come back to YouTube and watch our reaction to this episode called Guides. Love you guys. Punch it. Bam!
Do you remember that one intro we were doing and I was just like, oh shoot, Armin. Is he still
Turn it up.
jacking at Annie?
He's checking off.
Boy, what the fuck?
Yo, what the
Oh, I thought that was Annie screaming out. Is that Stitch? She has different hair.
Wow, she looks so different. He's not trying to be dirty, bro. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, so she took the job because she was friends with Annie, right?
Probably.
Probably, kinda, maybe.
So popular, and all you do is sleep.
No, she's the best girl.
I don't know.
I can do Wall Maria. What are those things? Nipples. Shout out season 1.
What?
Or we used to call them nipples.
Oh! Like she got you as a nipple. The fuck? I got
Just
you.
the fact that we've been making references that only people who've been following us will understand. Like the piss seat.
Yes.
We do not piss on the piss seat.
Yeah.
The joke is for any newcomers.
If you sit in this chair, you always have to urinate after the
your
episode.
bladder, thanks to Will, has established it. Weak bladder.
Nah.
Great thighs,
Hey,
weak bladder.
Listen, I've been sitting over here and I haven't had a problem. It's the seat.
I
Listen,
actually have
with every
I'm
strength.
not-
His
I'm not
Titan
capping.
gift was the amazing thighs. But everything has a weakness. Beartold gets sliced in the neck easy, he just has to pee.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna fight you. I saw that video today.
Which one? Talk to me
Thick
about
thighs,
it.
take climbs, or
Oh,
whatever.
that was so funny.
It was. What?
He has a crush on her. I mean, who doesn't?
Wrongfully detaining.
Oh no. Shit.
Oh my
Wow. Talk about remember season 1 they said he was gonna be like a deity? Like when we first met Niall?
Yeah.
Niall's like, we gotta put Eren down, man.
Yeah.
And he was right. People love Eren. Alright, do you think the people would still feel this way if they told them like Eren's potential intent?
If it meant protecting Eldia.
Flock is still supporting him, so maybe.
Cheers to this not going well.
Are they really gonna go talk to him right now?
Talk to who?
Eren.
Scout recruits, or what are they doing at HBO?
Isn't Eren in jail?
Yeah.
You can still go talk to him.
Huh? Oh yeah, because they said fudge. She's sneaky.
このまま議論を先送りにし続けていけば手遅れになると危機感を覚えていたのはエレンも同じでした。
それでエレン自らマーレの中枢に潜伏し兵団を動かすように助言なさったから、危険を冒してまで密会するからには具体性のある取り決めを交わすものじゃろう。
おっしゃる通り。
I'll believe it.
それでも密会に踏み切った甲斐もあり、エレンの誘導に成功し、ジークが望んだ通りの結果を得たわけじゃな。
そんなことでは意味がありません。私はただエレン・イェーガーに私を知ってほしかっただけで。いえ、我々にとってエレンの持つ始祖はマーレを打ち砕く望みなのです。彼は我々が望んだ通りマーレに大損害を与えました。いえ、想像でします。
He like elbow dropped all the military in the first hit.
The divine retribution. Yeah.
今我々が目にしているものが何かお分かりですか？
Listen to the music.
歴史が大瞬間に立ち会っているのです。
This is like a cult, man.
Yeah, she's in love with Zeke and Eren.
見ていたいだけなのです。
つまりエレンと密会した真の目的は好奇心であると。
そうなります。
Wow, just out of curiosity.
私が密会したことを誰も知らない。
What?
The god, Eren Yeager.
私の軽率な行為。
So she did it on a whim?
見たのは事実ですな。
You think she ever smiles?
No.
She does win. Who? Yelena?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're just talking about Eren and Zeke.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my god. She's gonna poop her pants, I mean.
イエーナがエレンと密会したことを認めた？本当ですか？
Oh, okay, so she
本当に
knows.
知らなかった。
Yeah, right.
知りませんでしたよ。本当に。
Yeah, remember she was in the room with Pixis in
Yeah.
the last episode.
本当
Or
に
two
知らな
episodes
かった
ago.
と見える。
イエレナが。
イエレナがそんなことするわけない。
See, not everybody who follows Zeke necessarily
彼女な
has
ら
to
や
be
りかねない
like
と思って
Crazy.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
そんなことは。
That's what I was saying.
Or
Like,
like
Anya Capone felt like genuinely like a kind heart, where Yelena was very clearly radical.
我々の今後のためにも。
我々義勇兵を組織したのはイエレナです。その度に彼女は自ら手を汚すことで、ジークさんや組織への忠義を示してきました。
How?
寝食を共にした友である。
Oh my gosh.
こちら
Yeah,
に
she's a
マ
zealot.
レジは全て自己死として葬った。
彼女は平成権に反発してまでモアレ兵の人権を譲らなかった。よし、私についてきてくれ。オニャンコポン。
Anya Capone.
Onion coupon.
アンディは相変わらず飛び回っているらしい。
はい。確かめないといけないことがあると。
I just remembered how much of a freak this guy is.
Yeah.
君たちとエレンを面会させることはでき
They're
る。
gonna try. They're gonna go talk to him anyways.
どうしてでしょうか。
義勇兵とエレンの接触が明らかになったからだ。エレンは義勇兵と密会したことを
He has the chair.
して、
I think he has the chair.
Are you serious?
You see, I saw a chair with weird padding.
現在は密会を企てた首謀者や関係者への調査が続いている。エレンは今回の発覚を受けて以降黙秘したままだ。彼が単独で過ごしたマーレでの時間についても 依然として空白
That is true too. Like, what was he doing? I mean, other than watching
おそらく
Reiner.
エレンはジークに操られていると我々は見てい
Eren
る
being manipulated.
That was what I was wondering about. Who is? Which one is manipulating who?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God,
the
it
chair.
is.
That is definitely.
his grand prized creation.
エレンはどうなりますか？
Don't sit in it.
それは
Oh my god, they're putting him in that.
なんでもない置き場に困ったものを先ほど新兵に運ばせた
It's nothing.
し
Okay.
かし相当確実にエレンから真意を聞き出せるとは申しませんが試して損はないはずです
I don't
事
like
態はより
this.
慎重を期す
They're still gonna go do it. There's no way they're not gonna go do it.
エレンを見限っているのかもしれない
You know? I don't blame them because I low key have a little bit too. I mean,
もしそうだとしたら子孫の継承者エレン
Shit,
は
fuck.
始まっている
Oh Lord.
they're submitting all their, like,
Resumes
yeah.
for the founding. Oh my gosh.
バレないようにできる
Oh gosh.
平気や見ちゃえ
Signing up to be a god, basically.
私はエレンを
Oh! What?
That wasn't Eren, right?
That was like a terrorist attack.
Oh! What the fuck is that?
Body?
Oh, Jesus.
Zachary? Is Zachary dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh my gosh! Did those people kill him?
I mean, they're
No,
dead
I think
too.
they're all dead too. Nobody left the room.
But like, was it like suicide bombing?
Maybe.
I don't know.
They were wearing.
What the
They were
hell?
wearing interior military police uniforms.
Annie's here too, right?
Yeah.
In this area?
Yeah. Remember earlier they said why are there recruit scouts here?
Yeah.
So there was like people they didn't know in the building.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
No.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. This is the worst time for him to get assassinated.
ザクレイ総統の私物である特注の椅子
It was the chair.
こ
Oh
れに爆弾が
my.
仕掛けられていたと見ている総統を含む4名の
彼なら一日中私と一緒にいたし義勇兵は全員軟禁中だ
では他に考えられ
It
る
could be this
shit.
dude. This is the dude who was crapping on Historia.
新兵に運ばせたと
And if it's not him, it's people like Niccolo,
どこの新
right?
兵だ
From the scouts.
総統は新兵とだけ
He never said for word, but you saw scouts. Yeah.
総統の部屋を訪れる前に本部から立ち去る
Oh,
新
yeah,
兵を
those
見ま
three.
した
Yeah.
調査兵団です
Aaron. Oh. What the f-
調査兵団といえばエレンの
Flock!
外に漏らす
Flock!
通達を受
The
けた
bastard, right?
聞いたが
He's in jail.
Wouldn't he be in, yeah, on arrest?
Oh!
What
It's
the
Flock.
heck?
It's Flock, right? Who else would it be? Is there any other options?
Let's go,
Oh,
baby.
shit.
All right. So
We get.
if this is him putting on the jacket,
Yeah.
this is the thing that I saw a
Yeah.
while ago.
The meme?
I've just seen pictures.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
Flock.
it was all of them. Look at that. Look at that shot. Oh, look at the colors.
They're bringing him like his. Oh my gosh.
Fur coat.
多いな何人いるここにいる者以外にも俺たちの味方は
Alex
Oh my
hiding in
God.
the military.
ダリス・ザックレイを爆弾で吹き飛ばした
What's up with his eyes?
That's
Did
the
he was he
Titan.
just in a
こ
Titan?
のエルディア帝国を救えるのはお前しかいないエレン・イェーガー
Oh boy.
大丈夫だよミカさんエレンなら分かってくれ
Aaron's gone.
話し合えばきっと分かってく
So what did Aaron? Why did Aaron stay here just to escape?
Assassinate
There
him.
it
Yeah,
is.
that's what.
That's
I
the
saw.
shot we've all
Yeah.
seen.
肉の居場所を特定する
Find out where Zeke's being kept. The tree of life.
フロッ
The
ク
big
フォレ
forest.
スター含め100名余りの兵士が檻の中から監視ごと姿を消した
So who's in charge? Nile or Pixis?
総統の殺害も奴らの仕業と見て間違
Maybe
いない
Pixis.
If they even survive
奴らでは
this.
困るな反兵団
Yeagerist. Okay, so that's where that phrase has come from in our comments.
イエーガー派の多くは調査兵団からだぞどう責任を取るつもりだ幹事団長
Oh my
いく
god.
らでも処分は受ける しかし今私が兵団を退くことより無責任なことはない。それにイエーガー派はまだどの兵団にどれだけ
Do you think any of our people are Yeagerists that we don't know, like Sean or Connie or any of them that are just been like secret?
I don't know. I can't. It's definitely not Armin. Definitely not Mikasa. Connie's pissed at him.
Yeah.
And Jean has never agreed with him.
Yeah. I was just guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. He's with Levi. Heicho, of which we don't even know if they're getting poisoned.
Oh shoot.
The drinks too.
今一度確認します。
エレンがまず狙うはジークとの接触。
相当失った今、我々を束ね統率することができるのはあなただけです。何か今後の展望はございますか？
これはもうわしらの負けじゃ。
What?
エレンに降参しよう。
No shot.
No.
兵団内部に敵を抱えておいてはどう？
That is very true, though. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean they can't do anything without him.
にしてもどれだけの血が流れるか。
Yeah, you deplete your whole military fighting alone.
4名の死者はその弔いの代償に
Yeah.
エルディア国の崩壊を望んでは
Yeah.
ないだろう。
So, do you
Yeah.
think that Eren will just want to just explain everything?
のおつもりですか？
服従ではない。
Or
イエ
understanding?
ーガー派にジークの居場所を教えることを条件に
Okay,
交渉
so
を図る。
that's because Eren doesn't know where he currently
Yeah.
is.
従来通り地ならしの実験を見守り、これにエルディアの存続を
Why is she
委ね
still here? I didn't know she was still here.
I don't know. God, they just give up their whole everything.
大変見苦しいものをお見せしましたの。
どの国も通った道です。
どうか事態の
We will bring our entire army to help defend.
Yeah.
はい。私どもはエルディア国の勝利を
We'll see.
心に願っており
We
ま
will
す。
see, madam.
And those resources. Those resources?
They're still on our bill, right?
清美様のお心遣い感謝いたします。しかし
She's like the email you get where it's like, hey, you have a relative in this side of the country. Please transfer all your money over here immediately. Also, what's your social?
私どもがここに来たのはあなた様のために。
地下資源がなくてもですか？
Pretext.
Got her.
今や金勘定に浅ましい目ぎつれの汚名が轟く瞬
Yeah,
間に果てました。
You are.
You guys kind of did that to yourself.
ただ、ミカサ様の母君が残された一族の誇りまで失ったわけではございません。この国がどうなろうと、あなた様だけはお守りいたします。
Do you believe it?
まさ
You
か
guys
相
believe
当
it?
殺したエレンに
俺たちはイエーガー派じゃねえのかって疑われてんだぞ。
実際どうなんだよミカサ。お前は
Yeah.
私とアルミンはあの爆発に巻き込まれるところだったと言った。
Yeah, they could have died right there.
やめるんだ。
I think now would be a fantastic time to talk to Annie and say, hey, come with
問
us.
題はないと。
この状況を踏まえた上で、ジークやイエレナによって仕掛けられたことが効果を発揮してきている。そして保険は他にもまだあると考えるべきだ。
The line.
Oh, I'm imagining Zeke and Levi are literally duking it out as we speak,
Yeah.
probably.
何か
Anya Capone's with us too. Let's
彼
go.
女が守ったマーレ人捕虜の労働環境が怪しい。例えば、レストランとか。
Yeah.
すごい建物。こんなとこ初めてだ。
Oh no!
No.
This is our group.
Again. Oh God.
Wait, what do they say is gonna be at the big building?
No, it's they got all the Marleyan prisoners put in like restaurants and random places, like Niccolo. Like they're afraid they're gonna do something.
そう少しだ。
Whoa!
What?
They're here! What? That
Are
was
you
the fastest
that fast?
episode. That didn't was not even 10 minutes. What the fudge? Ah.
30.
I want to watch another one. So.
I know, me too.
I mean, I'm kind of down.
I'm down too.
I'm down too.
Let's do it.
That was not good enough.
No, it wasn't.
I know we've only watched 2 this week, but I kind of want to jump into something. This is like such a tease.
It is.
Such a little.
Besides Zachary getting killed and Eren escaping, I feel like nothing really happened.
We kind of got some more placement of like.
It's moving the chessboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things are gonna shape up. This was a. That's why I'm not satisfied. This was merely just assembling the pieces. It's like This is where the chessboard analogy does actually work. This is like only doing 3 steps, but the battle is yet to actually take place.
Yeah. The pawns are moving.
Yeah, they are moving, and Peak is the first crosser of the line.
For some reason, the king was on the other side, and they got the king back to their side. This chessboard has 2 kings on one side.
Also, I know we haven't like figured out who that is yet. That could also just be Ymir by the tree, like the first Ymir.
Yeah.
Because it's a girl. I think it's a girl in that.
Well,
Laura Tiber.
Mm-hmm. She created the tree.
Okay.
Children of the Forest.
Is that the next episode?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy is such a Game of Thrones nerd. I couldn't help it. It's the first thing that happened.
Keep going.
What? Okay.
I'm like the thumbnails. I want to look.
We know the next episode name. Yay! I'm inserting that in the next video.
Okay. I don't feel like going by order.
Yeah.
Do we really? Okay. What's your opinion? Do you think Zeke is manipulating Eren or not?
I felt that way last week, but I don't know if it's.
I mean, now that Yelena had been meeting with him,
I think we came to a good conclusion, and I feel like it's safe to say that I think they are both like they have a commonality of like we're brothers, but like we will go with the facade of we're brothers because it works for what Eren wants and what Zeke wants. But when a pivotal chessboard piece is moved, they're going to split into 2 directions.
Exactly.
Either the thing is, I just don't know. I would assume I don't know who's like. If that's the case, what would be the divvying thoughts? Both lead to the rumbling. What are the different outcomes? Does one?
Well, we don't even know necessarily what Eren wants. Or am I wrong? Like, do we know exactly what Eren wants?
No, we've just been... That's the thing. People in the comments probably hate us because I've been, like, kind of pushing the whole rumbling since the announcement of the rumbling. But, like, we don't even know if that's necessarily the thing. But he's also the only one in position to do the rumbling as well. Unless Zeke eats him. Which that could be the thing. Like, Zeke could make the attempt to eat Eren when it works out for him.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Then Zeke's the perfect specimen.
They can't. People in our comments said this about the episode where there's the 2-year flashback, and Eren says Zeke can shove it up his ass.
Yeah.
And you and I were like, why wouldn't Historia just get the Founding Titan? If a royal blood person gets the Founding Titan, then they revert to the pacifist, dull-minded person.
Okay, so Eren's Zeke, safe right now.
Yeah, well, okay. Zeke can't have the Founding Titan then, and neither can Historia.
Yeah.
He needs to be in contact with one of them in Titan form, i.e. Zeke. I mean, I don't know if that just means they like hold hands. They do the whole... it's like
a fusion dance?
The fusion dance, I don't know. I mean, but like...
Get the Patera earring.
I still don't know, like, how much of that do you think is actually true about, like, you revert to the past? Like, I know people in the comments are saying that, because I saw people, like, complaining about that we always forget that you might become a pacifist or whatever when you take it. But
we don't fully understand why that happened.
Yeah, how is that a thing? Because that was only, like, 3 users back. Frida... Yuri and Yuri's father, right? Was Yuri's father the King Fritz they talk about?
I don't think Yuri's father was the King Fritz. It might have been someone before that.
Well, it had to be like the next one after that then, just because of the 100 years generation-wise. Yuri could have been Frida, Yuri. Okay, maybe 2
it would have to be a minimum like 7 or 8 back.
For only 100 years?
7 times 10, 70. 7 times 3, 28. Or 21, I'm sorry. So, 70, 21, that's like 91 years. That would be 7.
Oh, because I
forgot
the 13 rule.
13 years, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the 13 rule. I was just assuming you can live your life long. Which also doesn't make sense, because I still don't understand that about Yuri. Because Yuri looked like he was an old man when he died.
Could have gotten it later on in life.
Well, that's why I never understood... But no, we see him take it as a child.
Kid.
We see him when he's young with Rod. That's why I never understood that with the
Maybe
Fritzes.
it ages them fast. I don't know. We don't know.
I feel like he did say that. He aged faster.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe all...
He did say he had a... Did he say he had a sickness? Because Kenny's like, wow, for being a god, it's crazy that, like...
he was such a frail body.
Body. So maybe something's different with the Fritzes. I don't know.
Okay, sorry. I know we briefly talked about it, but... Okay, what do you think? Do you think Zeke is manipulating Eren or not?
No, I think... Well... I think they have a plan together, but once, like you were saying, once it gets set into motion, they're going to split and do their own thing. One will try to betray the other.
Now, what do you think, and this is where I don't understand, what do you think Zeke's hope is? Like, what is his long con? Because he's been working the longest for this. Longer than Eren, so, like, and how much was Eren ever part of this plan? One.
I don't know, like, I don't imagine Zeke trying to be a leader, because he only has, a couple more months left?
Months, yeah. Barely.
I don't know what his mission would be. Or his objective. I have no clue.
Yeah, it's like I'm still leaning I know we all kind of said the same thing, but I'm still leaning that it is like more they each have their own goal, or at least that Zeke has a goal and he thinks Eren is following and Eren is just playing along till he gets what he wants. Because that's just based on what we saw Eren do with the scouts. Because from what Yelena said, now I know Pixis played the whole thing like, the lie and the truth thing. I didn't necessarily fully understand what he was saying in that moment, whether he was saying
the lies can get. It was something like the mix of lies and the truth can come out or something.
Yeah, I don't know if he was saying like just spruce up your lie a little bit for me or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
or maybe it's like you mix up lies with the truth,
and it makes it sound better or more legit. So. Like, that's what I figured. I didn't know if he was just giving a figure of speech or if he was actually being like, hey, you're lying, or hey, you gave too much truth. Like, let's lie a little bit in this. Yeah. Regardless, if it's true that Eren and Yelena met on a whim.
Right.
And just sent, and Yelena is just, which I don't think that's true. Yelena clearly did it intentionally.
Was it one time or several?
Once. And she convinced him to go overseas and get everyone involved. It had to be intentional because she got all the Marleyan people put in specific places like restaurants, like all the prisoners to be doing stuff. So like they're like ready for like an insurrection to happen right now.
Perfect time to jump in. Remember I was saying I had a thought about the like there was something I had watched recently and I came to a conclusion. I thought it might happen in this episode. It didn't. So now I'm just going to fill you in on what I think might be happening. We were talking about poison.
Yes.
What if it's not poison?
Titan serum?
Like he just poured Titan.
Oh my god.
Was going
shit.
I was going to say that.
And now it's it's even better now because you just brought up like they're all Yelena placed them all in restaurants. How many people have been going to these restaurants?
Yeah.
You're making the whole society.
It doesn't have to get into their bloodstream though.
But that's the thing. Remember how I always wondered about Zeke's like being able to like scream and turn him? Like he can't. There's no way that applies to every Eldian because he would have turned everybody in Shiganshina.
My God, you're talking about with Connie's village too.
Yeah, exactly. So that
he said that,
but that works now because we've always wanted Golden Ring. We always talk about the Golden Ring at Shiganshina.
The Ring of Fire.
Something happens and all of them light up, right?
Yeah.
They all light up. And I was like, that doesn't work because if you can just scream and turn Eldians into Titans, then you would just scream and turn Erwin and all the people you're fighting into Titans. So that means they've either they've mastered delaying it, because that I didn't understand because we ended that idea because when Grisha and all of them get injected and thrown off,
it's immediate.
So either one, they figured out a way to slow it down. But remember, I also said like the faces of the ones up in the thing looked like they're already kind of like. Getting wild, but that means.
But in that same episode, Zeke says he can't transform them all. He said about 3/4 of them transformed into Titans. I'm just adding that in.
Yeah,
I don't know how
that's good, but that means that could also. I mean, that's the parallel to season 2. Like he made his own. Also, the reason I even said that was because the transition scene of Eren in the jail cell is the moon because. Freaking Zeke has moon titans. Remember the special moon titans that work at night? And so does that mean Heicho, that scene with him in the woods is like that hasn't happened yet? Has that not happened yet? And that we just saw like a little glimpse into the future because they're drinking it there.
No, because it happened the same night that Niall was talking to the guy that was shitting on Historia for being pregnant.
Yeah,
I'm convinced that that's Eren's kid or somebody. Like it's either Eren's kid or they made another royal blooded person. Like Zeke and her somehow met in private, and which is kind of gross because they're related.
And those guys are also saying Zeke should just eat her.
Well, so
or
but,
she should eat Zeke.
yeah, that also means though, like the intent of a lot of the Zeke loyalists, that was their goal, like right off the bat, to come over. Like they wanted to be caught, they wanted to associate, get comfortable with people.
I mean, so they were were playing the long game of deceiving everyone.
So to become part of society, and maybe they probably assumed that they'd be treated as they were and put into positions of service where they could easily get this stuff out.
Oh my god, what do you think's gonna happen with Gabby and Falco?
I don't know.
Yeah, why they flash
that? That's why I was like, wait.
Are they going to turn into dummy titans?
Well, whatever they said, I mean, it has to do with the wine. It has to do with Yelena asking the Marleyans to be placed in restaurants and all that stuff, and like special places like that, and you know the Browse parents and all the orphans.
What are they doing in that mansion? What was that? What was the whole point of that?
They just said, "Oh, we're gonna get a big fixin' of food tonight." You know,
probably
like
just
so that was a restaurant.
Just spoiling the kids, letting them have a good night together, and happenstance is that they're gonna be in the pinnacle of when things go down. That's why it's like, okay, that's why they're here. Also, Peaks is in the area too.
Yes,
which means our Marley crew is here. Well, remember
that's
why I said I don't know, like time wise, the Reiner scene could have happened right at the next day when they took the Zeppelin. Yeah. Like that could have been like the immediate.
Yeah, he woke up. I can't imagine. Follow he was out for like a month.
Yeah, we got to follow them. Let's just jump right into it. Don't give them the time to sit and wait around and think of a plan, because they are gonna think of a plan. Which is why I'm hyped that we're watching next episode now, because it's gonna pop off hopefully.
Dude, okay. Well, the other thing, so Zachary's dead. He got murdered by Flock and his loyalists.
Yeah.
Or Flock and their Eren loyalists.
Almost killed Mikasa and Armin, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
do you think it was a timed bomb or random?
It was timed. I mean, they probably, had no intention of hitting Eren and Armin, I don't think. Because then that means one less Titan that they can't grab.
Mm-hmm. True.
Even if unless they don't
had
want
not
that.
Been intentional.
Unless they don't want... or don't need the Colossal. Because they haven't been, pressed about going to get any.
Yeah.
It seems like.
They haven't. Yeah, I brought that up, and I was like, maybe it's good that she just stays in the diamond for the time being. I don't know.
She has to come out. Because
I mean, seriously.
Because they keep showing
her. Yeah.
Do you think it's, like, the Marley crew that goes and gets her out? Or do you think it's our crew that go and get her
Armin
first?
I would imagine it's going to be Armin, sparking. Because remember...
He said, if I touch it...
Well, sharing the memory, but I think if he touches it, it's going to, awake her or something.
She's just in her happy vision with her dad right now.
Yeah. I have to comment about our viewers, how everyone thinks that our opinion is going to change on Flock in the season because of what he does. I don't really side with Eren and Zeke at this moment, because at least I don't know what they're going to do. They don't seem like they're going to be doing anything good for the world.
We said
very hard to know.
2 recordings ago, or at least I did. I said I don't know what side to root for, Marley or this side, and now I don't know who to root for internally.
At minimum, I don't know if I had vocalized this, but I had always rationalized in my head.
I want to know what the goal is first before I choose a side.
Well, I'm just rooting for the scouts at this point, our military. I want to make sure Paradise Island or whatever, however you say it. I want to make sure they're good. They personally, the people that weren't the Fritz family and the shady interior police and all that stuff, they haven't done anything wrong. They've just been living their life. They've just been led. I want those people to be good.
Yeah.
I don't care for Marley and the BS they're doing. I don't care for... Not that I don't care for it, but I don't want to support what their nonsense... I don't want to support the rest of the countries that are all just being awful to Eldians, too. And I don't support, right now...
Eren.
I don't support Eren and Zeke, because I just don't know what they're trying to do.
Right.
It just doesn't feel good.
It sounds terrible. Some horrible's going to happen.
I've already been making the unfair assumption of what Eren might be doing, so I'm gonna make an assumption for the Marley team, because right now I thought of this morning, and I thought this might be somewhat sound of why I might be a team Marley for Magath. So hear me out. I've been trying to figure out what's up with him.
Yeah.
We've been talking about he's kind of
a supporter of
no,
Eldians.
just not as far as
cares about them.
Yeah, as far as bad guys go, there's
He's also a devil like
he's,
them.
He's the easiest to be like, okay, this guy's not like...
I guess
horrible's not the right word to place over him comparatively to some of our characters. I was going to say, what if, like, Willie and his plan is... Because the reason I say this is when they're on that, like, porch, the outside porch at night, looking down at the devil, Magath says he's hoping... Like, he says our people have become soft. Eldians have been fighting all our wars for us. Like, show what we're about to do will hopefully make them, like, realize what all this means and will stop, like, the cravings for war entirely. So what if, like, they are that the reason they wanted to turn Eren into this, like, devil figure or, like, double down and make the world really hate them is to make Eren the bad guy, join up with the world, defeat Eren, and, like, in a weird way, create peace. Like, kind of like build an antagonist for the world to rally. And Hanji said it too during the train thing. Like, they already see us. They've already made up their mind. They want us to be the bad guys, and right now we fit the bill for them. So maybe Eren, like, he's just following through on, like, the shtick of, maybe I am that bad guy. Maybe I will do this horrible thing. Maybe Eren's just, like, willing to take kind of like the whole theme of the show is, like, taking on the sin of, like, being the devil. Yeah. Kind of like Erwin has always been the devil for the show in, like, the way that they just talk about it, and how Flock even has openly declared Eren as the devil. Like, we have to follow Eren because he's doing things that we need for society. Maybe, like... Because remember, I was, like, very, like, adamant last episode about, like, I don't know why anyone would be, like, a Yeagerist, which is now the term we have. Like, somebody who would openly follow him without it being a meme. This is how I could understand if people do follow Eren, is Eren... And it's still the boundary crossing of, like, he's killing people to get his deed done, but that's also what Erwin did in Season 1/Season 3, like, putting people in harm's way because he's willing to put the risk out there for things to become good.
Yeah, but, like, there is a...
But to a worse extreme.
I was gonna say, there's a huge difference between, like, we're fighting giant monsters and I'm using people as, like, cannon fodder, and... I'm, like, going to commit terrorist attacks and, like, murder mad, like, civilians and regular people and government officials on each side. I mean, they're literally running, like, a terrorist organization right now. So, and trying to, like, force countries into war.
Yeah.
And just, here's my thing, too, of, like, okay, the rumbling, like, are we just trying to, like, gather all people in, like, a battlefield just to use the rumbling and wipe it out? Because Zeke just wants to use it. He just wants to test the rumbling. Yeah. Does that mean he just wants to test the rumbling and there's no such thing as testing the rumbling? Yeah. Like, once you start it, it's on? Or does he really just want to use, like, let's just use, like, 50 of the a million Colossal Titans and just murder?
Maybe that's what the separation is. Maybe, like, Eren wants to be the bad guy, and maybe start the rumbling when the world comes to heads. I can't really see Eren just, like, fake fighting, and then he just lets them kill him to make them think that they want to go to peace. But I don't know. But with Zeke, maybe the hope is to have the rumbling happen and let it wipe out the world and Eldia be restored. I don't know.
Do you think Zeke... I know Zeke has said, like, let me meet Eren. And, you know, even Yelena was like, oh, I can't wait to meet Eren and all that stuff. Like, do you think Zeke and Eren actually have not met yet? Or do you think they've met once before already?
I think they have. See, that's why I don't understand. What happened during the time in Marley? He had the baseball.
Yeah, yes. I know he had the baseball, and that's why I was like, he clearly met him. But if they had already met, why wouldn't they just be like, yo, let's just, like, steal a boat, run away, sneak up to the Paradise Wall, and then, like, hold hands and, like, start the revolution? You know what I mean? Or the rumbling, whatever you want to call it. Like, why wouldn't they just do that? That's why I'm kind of confused. Unless there's more to it.
Or why put themselves in the situation where they know on the Zeppelin they're going to get separated from each other? Like, why go through the effort of going on the Zeppelin, knowing HO is going to keep Eren over here and Zeke over here, and when they get to the island, they're going to be completely separate? Like, they definitely know that they're going to be separated because of the threat that they present together. So why, if they did meet on Marley, plan to separate once they got to Paradise?
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't get it. Because, like, Eren's now saying he's looking for Zeke, so it's like... I don't know. I don't know what the plan would be. Also, like, does Eren know about, like, the potential for, like, if we're right about the drinks, like, the Titans coming in? Or is that a Zeke thing?
Yeah.
Like, what does Eren know?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Does he know everything, and he's just playing dumb?
Oh, yeah.
PP.
Not to jump back to this, but what was your interpretation of what Pixis said? Because I feel like people are gonna comment and be like, "You guys clearly didn't understand what Pixis was saying when he was saying it to Yelena." Like at the end when they write down the book and he mentions the whole thing about lying and truth and all that.
And the truth.
Like I didn't know if I just misread it because I, just getting caught in my own head.
I'll give a hot take. I don't know if it's accurate. I thought like he said, like, run me through the whole thing. Even if you give me a lie, maybe some truth will leak into it. Like, maybe just hoping, like, her rambling, like, he will be able to, kind of like a lie detector, like, if he's really good about his wits, and he just listens to her talk. Even if she says the wrong thing, he'll be like, okay. So maybe there's two options of what it could be because you lied about this thing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just, like, I want to hear you talk and see if I'm, like, assessing you. Like, hey, Adam, tell me about your life. And whether Adam lies to me or not, I'll just watch facial features and see if I can get anything worth noting.
What's that called? A micro something? Not an aggression.
It's like psychoanalysis.
It's like a micro movement or something.
It's like what Sherlock does. Like, he watches people's body language to see, like, what he can gather from them.
Yeah.
He's assessing her. That's what I perceived from that scene, is that he wants to see what Yelena's made of. Yeah, she's a very fascinating character, this Yelena.
Yeah.
She's got a solid poker face.
Yeah. Well, she's just, I don't know. Well,
she could just be kind of cuckoo.
Kind of psycho.
Cocoa Puffs.
I mean, she looks at Zeke. It almost looks like she looked at Eren as a god, just like she did Zeke.
Well, remember in the tent when she's talking about Zeke and you see that image of her looking up?
Right, she's smiling.
And then when it flashes back to the tent, she's still, like, in that, like, like,
they're gods to
holy
her.
Moly.
Yeah, and I mean the whole her murdering people like left and right.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing that was interesting with like the Anya Capone talking to Sasha or
Hanji.
Hanji and Armin.
Too soon.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
But talking to Hanji and being like, like back in Marley,
she did some fucked up
Yelena
shit.
murders people, and then she's like, well, then why is she so like good to Marley and people here? You know what I mean? It's just like Yelena is just like. I mean, she's almost as bad as Eren, honestly, in this, like, this regard of just, like, having a way of, like, controlling people in the situation, whether it be by, like, just taking their life away or doing whatever is needed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The good news is I think Anya Capone is trustworthy. I think we've gathered that.
Yeah.
Just because he's willing to say things that would be red flags to Hanji about some of his comrades. So something you wouldn't openly tell Hanji if you were worried about what people perceive of yourself. Like, he wouldn't say that because he wouldn't like convey that info about Yelena because that could inflict like people's opinions on who he is.
He could be sus.
So him saying that more than anything shows that like he's separating from it. Like like she does these things. It's kind of wild, honestly. So I'd say he's fairly trustworthy at this point.
Yeah.
Also, he hasn't done the dialogue he's had hasn't done anything to like be suspect. I mean, all he's done is be over. I mean, he's been generous like all of them have, like Niccolo and Yelena, which doesn't make you trustworthy. But no, we've clearly seen Yelena and Niccolo now have something harboring in them to make them not be trustworthy.
Yeah.
Like Niccolo's not trustworthy anymore because Sasha. What is Niccolo's turn? Is Niccolo's should be upset at the Marleyans because of Sasha's death. So is he upset that like they're just put back as like prisoners of war or almost like slaves to? Is that why he has the beef? Like he's down making food for these guys?
I mean, we don't know.
The captors?
It
Or
could
he's following Zeke.
Yeah, he could be that, or he could just be on Yelena's page of following Zeke.
Part of the plan because he's already doing the if the liquor pouring is part of it, then he's with Zeke.
Yeah. Because remember, that guy comes down, the other, like...
It's this one, right?
Yeah, and he does that. It's this one, right? And he gives this, like, weird dead stare. So, who knows? One last thing I'll bring up, and it's more so about, like, the animation. Have you guys noticed how the past 3 or 4 episodes, everyone has... You know how in anime, they do, like, the lines down, like, the eyelids, like, at the top and underneath?
Nice.
Well, they do it here, but they do it on the top and underneath, like, straight down, like, there's a picture of Gabby right there. And they do it a lot of times to show, like, stress or tension in the character. Like... Okay, normally it's like one of those things like they only show it like in a few moments or like, and it's like then like later on their face is normal. The past 2 episodes, every freaking character's had those lines on their face, and I don't know if that's like on
Stressed
purpose.
out, man.
Well, I don't know if that's on purpose or that's just like animation choice that just like to me it just weirds me out because every character, even when they're not having like a oh my god moment, it's like they have it on their face.
Maybe it's just the sign that everybody's just super stressed, honestly.
Yeah.
My only critique of the animation in the show, it's just been weird the past few episodes. I don't know if anyone else caught that, or maybe it's supposed to be that way. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I would say it has to be this way only because they make such distinct choices for like how these characters react. Like the fact that we're supposed to like read into every facial feature whenever Eren does something, just because like it's like the only clues to indicate what is going on in that man's head. I have to imagine like maybe it's just like their designation for like this person is just hasn't had sleep.
Yeah.
Like Flock's over here, he's got none of that. He's been sleeping well, doing the things he's doing. Gabby's having the hardest time of her life, realizing her world's flipped upside down.
But that's what I was saying. But like every,
you feel like,
but after Flock specifically that episode didn't. But in that episode and then the following one, every character. I mean, even Zachary was just sitting there. He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not letting you talk to Eren." He has like this like the lines on his face. I'm like
stress.
Well,
I don't know.
Stressful times. Everybody's got. Paradise Island has a huge target on it.
I can't imagine any of these people are like
not stressing. I
not
get it.
freaking out. Yeah,
it's just they usually in scenes they use it for like a specific like
a big reveal or something.
Like whoa, like a major like emotional change, not a random.
Niall's face freaked me the fuck out.
I thought
he
like petrified.
Yeah.
Also, Eren has the little markings on his eyes. Did he burst out of prison and she just met up with them?
I mean, he escaped. So
they said he escaped from his cell.
Okay. That's also just unusual because he's never had those little divots. It's always like lines, so that might
be Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe he can form how it looks now.
That's tough.
That'd be interesting to see like Warhammer version. But is that actually a thing though? Like we've never actually seen Eren even become anything else. You know, like he has the founding and the attack when we've. Oh. But I guess they were always those two. Like, he never not had those two.
But Warhammer can also do multiple. Or the Warhammer can stay in a shell and make a whole other Titan body fight while he just sits back. Like, he doesn't have to be in it. Also, this is about to die.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just change it real quick right now.
Just so we can close it out.
I was thinking, like, what if there's other abilities that the Warhammer can do that we haven't seen yet? This is way...
Well, what's great, though... Sorry,
this is way the fuck out there. What if like you can like you said the whole umbilical cord thing? What if you could do that with your human body?
Dude, what if you can build a freaking horse and a chariot, like, and a knight outfit? We said that.
Like that's not the real Eren.
What? Wait, what?
Like he could make like just a little him and just like walk around as
no. Even in his human form, he could have that umbilical cord attached to and there's a different Eren.
Like
but the umbilical cord would be like noticeable.
Shoved through the crown.
Like I said, it's way out there.
No, but what would be cool though? We could get like a whole different set of armor. Like I said initially, when we all kind of like weren't super crazy about the Warhammer, is just because like it was kind of plain, kind of humanoid. But like that,
I've rewatched it and it's pretty
cool. Warmed up.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely jarring.
A lot of shit's happening in those episodes.
But that's just one user's form of it. Because one thing we know, when people eat, it already changes into something different. But two, if it's something that can actively change based off what you want, you can make anything you want. You can make it as cool as you want. Eren could have a whole freaking body armored, like shield, sword, and spear. Like arsenal behind him, like backpack pulling out bow and arrow shit.
He could turn into Optimus Prime. I mean, fuck it, you know?
And then a truck.
I mean, they said it's the Warhammer, but they only used the Warhammer like twice. Like she was bringing out crossbows, making pyramids. And Eren's already capable of like doing 4 full Titan forms, and now with the Warhammer, how much more energy does he have at his disposal?
Imagine what he could do with those 3.
I don't want it to go white though. I want to say his skin. I'm not really crazy about the white personally. I'd rather if he's able to get that
Vampire
power.
Titan.
I mean, it's not the end of the world if it's white, but if I had a choice, I would want it to stay like his founding Titan skin right now. I like his.
I really hope we see him do something with the Warhammer Titan in these next few episodes.
I do too.
I don't want to wait till winter for the second half of this.
It has to be like we're shaping up for like war.
That's what I'm wondering. How many episodes is the second part gonna be?
I don't know. You initially spatballed 16.
I hope it's 16, which is absurd.
Sounds a bit generous to me now that I think of it.
It'd be 10 episodes then. It has to be.
Because 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say 10 is our best bet. Our most generous bet.
I want it to be like 4. What?
Yeah, I don't know how many manga chapters they still have to cover once this wraps up. And that was all relatively new. Like that, all that stuff got released
during when this was getting released.
During part 1 was being released. Yeah.
Yeah. It just ended.
So make sure covered everything. I mean, we talked to.
We saw the bomb ass scene of Eren putting the jacket on.
Yeah.
That was bomb.
That we've now crossed. At least for me, I've crossed every single scene because there's one other thing. There's a hand scene where he's like looking through a corridor. There was a couple things I said I had seen images of since like season 3 part 1. One was the jacket, and then one was one of our fans had an image of Eren looking through this, but he had the short hair.
And are you saying in the Blu-ray version that's Eren has like he has a stubble?
No, I said they made him look like a model. But I also told you that was
he shaved.
I also told you that was a fan-made version too. Yes. So I don't know if that's even
he shaved.
What the Blu-ray looks like.
I just realized that.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, with Annie, real quick. I mean, we did get maybe a hint that there could be a relationship. You were kind of talking about Armin and Annie, and I never even thought of that until you mentioned it like last episode. But that actually could be a thing that could help us with Annie is, like, she didn't kill Armin back in the day, and she questioned why she never did it. And there's also, like, Armin always said, like, I think you're a good person, you just don't want to admit it kind of thing. So there's that going.
Didn't she say that to Armin? I didn't kill you because you're a good person?
She didn't say why. She questioned. She's like, I don't know why I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
But we can assume it's because he felt a way about her when she didn't see that in herself. Because she sees probably herself as a monster.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm ready to jump in. Looks like we're getting a battle next. Children of the Forest.
Guys, if you enjoyed our reaction to this episode of Attack on Titan, leave a like, hit the subscription button, flick the notification bell, it's right next to it. 70% of you are not subscribed. Please do it. It helps the channel grow. Please.
Please.
Please, please.
And thank you.
And check out the Patreon in the description. If you want 1 week's early access to Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, and we just started Vinland Saga, it's in the Patreon. We love you guys. Punch it. Bow!